Good evening. That's with incredible excitement that we are welcoming you to this inaugural ceremony of the Open Progressive University Progressive Ukraine program. My name is Ania Skrzypek. I'm Director for Research and Training at FEPS, and it's my absolute privilege to open this session that is jointly put together by the S&D Group, Socialists and Democrats in the European Parliament, and the Foundations of European Progressive Studies, FEPS. This is the second class we are going to have, but it is a very special class that we are trying to build together because this program is taking the benefits of what digitalization can offer by providing an incredible platform, I would say a pioneering one, and something that has not been done before in terms of using the tools of digitalization to enable people to explore, acquire more knowledge, and at the same time to emancipate people to think broader, to stretch the horizon of political imagination, to think about a better Europe we can build together, to imagine a Europe of peace, social justice, equality, prosperity, and welfare for all. With this thought, Open Progressive University is launching a class specially directed at the colleagues in Ukraine and those colleagues from the Ukraine that are dispatched across the European Union and across the continent, who are searching for a connection and who are searching for hope that a better future can be built together once we empower and emancipate each other with knowledge, skills, connection, and better understanding how to build this better future for all. Open Progressive University as a platform is composed of lectures, life experiences, workshops, classes, evaluation. There's plenty to learn from, there's plenty to get. It's a unique experience, but above all, it's a connection. It's a connection with a class that we hope will help us build a progressive potential in Ukraine and for the future of Ukraine in Europe as well. Now, we do believe that it is our contribution as the progressive movement to provide a hope, to provide positive outlook, but also to provide a possibility to have a meaningful experience, to discuss jointly the issues and the challenges that we have, and to look for the new solution. We do believe that the engaged path that we designed, a learning path, is going to be an incredible way for us to unite forces, but also to go ahead with pioneering project and to look beyond what's now known and to look for something that will be inspiring for us all. In that sense, I'm incredibly proud of the 35 students that we've selected in this process. Congratulations to you all. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for trusting us. We do believe that this year we are going to spend together is going to be changing for the group, for FEPS, and for you. But also thank you for trusting that such an investment of your time, creativity and capacity is going to stretch and rise the political debate, but also the public debate. We very much need it in the times when we try to build democratic resilience, when we try to empower citizens for critical thinking and for the dialogue. And without any further ado, I would like to introduce the two amazing speakers who are the symbols of our movement, but who are also people whom I know are standing for empowerment of younger generation and for people across not only European Union but across the world. Iratxe García, President of the S&D Group, Maria João Rodrigues, President of FEPS. They will be addressing you tonight, but before they do so, we have something that we believe is going to be a very connecting moment and a very moving moment, and herewith I would like to ask for the video that is going to show that the commitment of the socialist family, the standing with Ukraine and for the progressive Ukraine, has always been there, is remaining strong, and will always be there for in the future. If I can ask for the video to be played, I would be very grateful.
Gracias. Dear students, dear friends, welcome to the Open Progressive University and the Progressive Ukraine program. It is an honor to stand before you today addressing the future leaders of Ukraine. You are the generation that will shape the destiny of your country. You are the ones who will transform dreams into reality, who will rebuild Ukraine stronger, freer, and more united than ever. When I visited Ukraine in December, I witnessed a resilient nation standing strong against aggression, determined to defend its sovereignty and committed to building a democratic future. I led with one promise, that I would work tirelessly for Ukraine's victory and integration into our European family. Friends, your future is in the European Union, not because of geographic, but because of shared values. And the values of social democracy, justice, solidarity, and equality are the only foundation for building a society that offers dignity and opportunity to all its citizens. These are the values that inspired the creation of the European Union after the Second World War, when we choose unity over division and cooperation over conflict. And these are the values that will guide Ukraine toward a brighter future. But these values require action, and that actions begin with you. Ukraine's future depends on your leadership in the great transition of your time. You are the ones who must lead the energy transition, moving away from fossil fuels under the control of criminals like Putin to a future powered by clean, renewable energy that will give Ukraine independence and security. You are the ones who must lead the digital transition, ensuring that technology serves to the threat, not to lies and manipulation of dictators like Putin. And you are the ones who must lead the social transition, guaranteeing quality jobs, affordable housing, and equality between men and women. Not only are these transitions necessary, they are also transformative. They will define Ukraine's future, and they will depend on your courage, your vision, and your determination. History shows us that the most difficult battles often lead to the greatest victories. After the Second World War, Europe was in ruins, divided by war and hate. Yet, we choose to rebuild the continent together. The creation of the European Union was a bold act of unity and hope. In 1989, the Berlin Wall fell, ending decades of division and oppression. These moments remind us an essential truth: democracies always prevail over dictatorships. As Willy Brandt once said, the future will not be built by those who cling to the past. And Ukraine's future cannot be in the hands of authoritarian regimes that cling to fear, hate, and destruction. It must be in the hands of those who believe in democracy, freedom, and progress. My message to President Zelensky and his government in Kyiv was clear. The European Union stands with Ukraine in this fight. That is why we will make all the necessary efforts to confiscate the 200 billion euros in frozen Russian assets to arm and rebuild your country. That is why we will continue to raise our voices to support your right to self-defense, including the use of long-range weapons to hit Russian territory in order to protect your sovereignty. There are not just political decisions, they are moral imperatives. But let me be clear, this is not just Ukraine's fight. It is a fight for a democracy, for human rights, and for the rule of law. It is a fight for the values that define Europe. And as history has shown, these values are worth defending. Authoritarian regimes like Putin's free on lies, manipulation, and violence. They destroy lives and sow division. Democracies, on the other hand, are sources of freedom, innovation, and progress. They empower citizens, protect human rights, and offer opportunities for all. The contrast could not be more evident. This is why Ukraine's future lives in the European Union. And together, we can build a Europe that is stronger, more united, and more resilient. A Europe where every nation, including Ukraine, has the opportunity to thrive. But this future will not only be handed to you. It is up to you to say it us. You must rebel against injustice, demand accountability, and fight for the society you want to create. Remember the words of Olof Palme. The rights of democracy are not reserved for a select group within society. They are the right of all the people. You have the power to make the impossible possible. Take ownership your destiny. Lead the transitions that will define Ukraine's future, but the change makers that history will remember. You are not alone. The European Union stands with you. Together, we will ensure that democracy triumphs, that freedom prevails, and that Ukraine takes its rightful place at the heart of Europe. Mój Europa, Slava Ukraini.
Thank you very much, Iratxe, and thank you very much for pointing that being selected to be part of the class of the Open Progressive University Progressive Ukraine program is not only a privilege, but it's an incredible responsibility. You've quoted some of the most inspiring leaders who break through, who ensured freedom and peace in our continent. But you've also pointed out that the class we've recruited today, we recruited with a lot of expectation, not only to accelerate their knowledge, but to accelerate our ambition. And as you said, to offer a positive outlook in the world that is so difficult, and with so many people coming with so many threats and painting everything so black, your powerful words, I'm sure, are going to serve as an incredible obligation. And we are definitely going to report to you what sort of a progress we've made throughout the formal rules that we have in front of you. And I would like to thank you so much for your personal engagement, for your personal leadership, for the encouragement. And also, I know you will be watching closely and checking very much in how far this inauguration translated into positive acts that we all expect will come with the potential to rebuild, to build a peaceful, egalitarian for men and women, prosperous for the future generation, Ukraine inside of Europe. Now, I'm going to move from Iratxe, who represents S&D Group, who is a leader of S&D Group, and thanks to whom today's event at the heart of the European Parliament, exactly where the European politics happens, is being deliberated and decided, is taking place, to the president of FEPS, Maria João Rodrigues. I introduced you briefly before, and today you are here in the capacity of the president of FEPS, but of course you are also an academic and very experienced in the different institutions. So just as a sort of a cliffhanger, we will be hearing from Maria João in the later stages of the process, as well as she will be mentoring and helping you shape ideas into concrete policy proposals. But I'm wondering, what do you have to say today to those 35 very privileged colleagues whom we have selected and whom, as Iratxe has said, we have fantastically, historically big expectation towards? The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Anya. And first of all, I think we should be very grateful to have a very inspiring speech coming from the leader of S&D Group. We are at the heart of the European Parliament. And I'm really so pleased, Anya, that today we can launch such a promising program. Because we start with the Open Progressive University back in 2023, and then we concluded that we should come up with a tailor-made program for Ukrainian young people willing to be part of the big change we'll do together. Let me start with something which is a more intimate question. Why in the end, you can ask us, why in the end are we citizens of the European Union supporting so closely, so forcefully, Ukrainian people? Well, from my viewpoint, it's because Ukraine was able to rise to a shocking invasion with such a bravery. So this is really impressive for us. But there is a second reason I need to tell you, is that Ukraine really deserves to be member of the European Union, because this is the dream driving your fight. We know this. You have fought so hard to become member. We really deserve. So we need to work together on this. And well, our program we are offered to you have particular modules, one starting with the war, the second going to the reconstruction, the third going to enlargement, and the fourth dealing with membership. But I would like to add a new insight to these modules, which is really what is in the end the European Union project and dream. And I would like to share with you something I felt myself as a young student, then a professor. I started university, but then I came to European politics and I made the tour of European institutions. And I can tell you, I really believe that in spite of many challenges, and here we are again going to new challenges, the European project is a unique construction in the world, a unique experience of people accepting to be together in coming with a new kind of peace, prosperity, and democracy. But I also need to tell you that behind this general ambition we have, all of us together, there is a complex process of building this unique construction in the world. And it started with the war, the World War II. Then we had a certain hesitation between defense or common market, but we came to the conclusion it would be easier to start with the common market. But then we start adding new dimensions to this construction, a common ambition for science and technology, a common ambition for the social standards we should ensure together in this common market, the need to, all of a sudden, to introduce a single currency to defend our sovereignty, and then we start becoming a full-fledged political union based on European citizenship. And look, right now, after the turn of the century, as Iratxe was referring to, we are shaping together key transformations, the environmental transformation, the digital one, but also the social one, all together. And I can tell you that our experience is based on a very rich interplay between so many actors, not only the political actors, the civil society at large. European politics is based on a permanent, multi-level governance, the local, the national, the European, the international interplaying, and involving all the stakeholders. So, welcome to the brave world of European political life. We will introduce you to this because we know that preparing Ukraine to be full member of the European Union will be a very rich process where we believe that we should involve the sooner the better in all European networks, the security network, the science and technology, the social, the cultural, the educational. We have, in fact, a permanent confrontation, as S&D leader has explained, between conservative forces and us progressive forces who are pushing for higher European solidarity in all these areas. So we are the main political family pushing for higher European solidarity, and we want you to be part of these networks. The purpose of this program is really to prepare to make you full-fledged actors of the European project, but we want to listen from you also. So this will be a joint experience. You will listen from us. We want to listen from you. I'm sure that we'll come with great ideas, and together we can move and create together a new phase of the European project, with Ukraine being full member of the European Union. So you are a pioneer group, and I'm so pleased to receive you in the European House, and you can count on our foundation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Maria João. I think you've pointed out to the expectations and opportunities that the Open Progressive University and Progressive Ukraine program has entailed. While both yourself and Iratxe have been talking and underlining the fact that this is about building a common vision, this is about going beyond of what is known and what is limiting us today, empowering to think critically, be democratically resilient, be emancipated, if you want, by possessing the knowledge that one needs in order to dare to dream. I'd like to take the moment to thank the team that has been behind today's event, because I think some of the fantastic leaders have been mentioned today, Willy Brandt and Olaf Palme, and other leaders whom we would bring today to discuss about how the walls are being broken, how democracy is being put in place, would always say that it takes incredible courage to be bold and to dream. And I'd like to thank here with both Secretary Generals of the S&D Group and FEPS, respectively, Ton Boymer, the former Secretary General, and Laszlo Andor, for being so brave as to take something that was a courageous idea and give it a chance. But most of all, I'd like to thank the team of three who have spent countless hours putting that together, helping us to reach out to you all, being now connected with us in this community. Elena Hill, who is coordinator for training, Zoltan Simon from the SND group, and also Galina Krasowska, who have been the powerhouse, the heart, and the brain behind. They are stating, you cannot see them because they are standing behind the camera. They are always hiding in the shadow, but without them, there would be no light and no life to this project. So thank you very much indeed for making that all possible. I think that with such a team in place, we definitely can expect this class to be special, particularly empowered, and definitely having fantastic and fascinating, exciting times ahead. Now, we are moving with the program of the inauguration, and now Maria João said, you know, this is about us transferring the knowledge, but it's also about connecting. And herewith, I would like to invite Elizaveta, who is part of the class 2025, to speak up, tell us a little bit more about whom we have on the other side of the screen and what the expectation from the side of the students, hopefully in 2026, alumni and the New World leaders, as Iratxe pointed that out, are about. So the floor is yours. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, dear guests and dear colleagues. I'm glad to take the floor at the opening ceremony, even though a few minutes will not be actually enough to express all of the emotions and gratitude to the Foundation, to Open Progressive University, and to S&D Group. At some point, we all joined the youth politics and work sector because we saw the injustice, we saw the iniquity, but also we saw the opportunities. I'm sure everyone here, all of the students, ask themselves at least once, how can I make an impact? How can I change the situation? And I think that is why we are all here, to get new perspectives, new knowledge, improve ourselves. The program of the studies itself is actually groundbreaking. This initiative is a vital step in equipping future leaders with the knowledge and tools necessary to navigate one of the most actually challenging and transformative periods, not only for Ukraine, but for the whole European history. The program's 4 modules address critical aspects of our shared future: understanding the war in Ukraine, rebuilding the nation, preparing for EU membership, and shaping the future of EU enlargement. SD platform, most of us are the part of the SD platform, has already released the vision document, which aligns with the themes of the modules, Moreover, every activist of SD platform and women's lobby has been to the SD campus, course of European politician, and released their local or national initiatives focused on rebuilding Ukraine. Each of these topics is essential for fostering the Europe that is resilient, united, and progressive. I think this program that we all are involved in cultivates a generation of thinkers and generation of leaders who are ready to shape a better Europe and better Ukraine. It demonstrates that education is not just about learning facts and being at the lectures, but also about building bridges, fostering collaborations, and driving progress. And the most important thing that I noticed is that it is made for youth, for women, for men who will transform all of the knowledge into action. And I really believe I do in all of us and the students that we will all act after this program. We all come from somewhat middle class backgrounds, but we all know that we can make an impact for our families, our country's future, and the European future of Ukraine. In my personal opinion, youth is an engine of the progress, and we can prove it with our projects, initiatives, and ideas. I would like to wish all of us a productive time during the course, but also not to forget about our mission, why we are all here, that we have responsibility to take, and the mission that we are driven by. And of course, have fun, have a new network, build a network. And thank you again to the foundation, to my colleagues, to Open Progressive University, S&D Group for such an opportunity. And thank you all of the students in my group. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elzaveta. That has been fantastic because it encapsulates everything that will be a common experience of the next 12 months. I think that you've absolutely nailed it by saying that what we're trying to do is, together with our political family, ensure a political impact, with our think tank arm ensure academic excellence, and altogether contributes to building a progressive future. I think that with that, the very sort of official inaugural part is coming to the dawn, but this is just a cliffhanger ahead of the adventures ahead. We are going to have the interactive session that is going to also be a demonstration on how the platform looks. Now, because we are a progressive family and progressivism is always about critical thinking, but also about self-discipline, there will be a lot of homework that is going to be on your shoulders. But I do believe that especially already for the first model that we are going to be introducing within literally mere hours, because what is 72 hours? I mean, 72 hours in the plan of changing the world is a very big leap forward, but it's still a very short time for us to put it together. You're going to see fantastic lectures. You're going to see some of the lectures based on the data that nobody else has ever collected when it comes to, for example, the economic plans. So we are not only talking about the ideals, but we are going to talk and test the hard means about the rebuilding and reconstruction process. You're going to hear from the members of the European Parliament. You're going to hear from the members of the academia. You are going to hear from the civil society. But you're also going to be tasked with a lot of assignments. So I think that our strategy that we are looking ahead of us within our adventure, it's going to be the AAA with assignment, with assessment, and definitely with acceleration. I'm incredibly grateful to all the colleagues who are here behind the screen, behind the cameras. This has been a perfect inauguration, really perfect. I do hope that as much as I am, you are intrigued and absolutely looking forward and excited for what's going to come out of there. I'm looking forward to seeing you all at least in front of the computers to put faces to all the fantastic, phenomenal applications. I think the potential is definitely there, and we are going to do utmost, and that's our obligation, to make sure that the experience has been definitely worthwhile. We are very grateful to S&D platform, to S&D Group, but also to SD platform that has already been mentioned, because this partnership has been incredibly viable, and there is a lot of hope and also positive, constructive cooperation on that front. And with that, I would like to thank everybody for connecting with us. I'd like to thank all the speakers, Iratxe García, Maria João Rodrigues, Elzaveta, for a fantastic, inspirational, and really leadership-driven approach. And as we said, we will be watching closely, we will be working very hard, and at the end of that, I'm sure that we are going to bring a meaningful difference. Thank you so much, and have a great evening.